Good evening. Let's begin this meeting with singing hymn number 189. Mine eyes look toward the mountains, help cometh from on high, from God who never slumbers, whose care is ever nigh. My foot shall not be moved, my keeper is the Lord. He never shall forsake me, I trust me to his word. Hymn number 189. The subject of my readings tonight is silencing serpent chatter. I'll be reading from the Bible and from Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy. Genesis. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And the woman said unto the serpent, Of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Psalms. The mouth of them that speak lies shall be stopped. Nehemiah. Now it came to pass when Sanballat and Tobiah and Geshem the Arabian and the rest of our enemies heard that I had builded the wall, that Sanballat and Geshem sent unto me, saying, Come, let us meet together in some one of the villages in the plain of Ono. But they thought to do me mischief. Then sent Sanballat his servant unto me in like manner, the 5th time, with an open letter in his hand, wherein was written, It is reported among the heathen that thou and the Jews think to rebel, for which cause thou buildest the wall, that thou mayest be their king, according to these words. Then I sent unto him, saying, There are no such things done as thou sayest, but thou feignest them out of thine own heart. Deuteronomy. How shall we know the word which the Lord hath not spoken? John. Jesus said to those Jews which believed on him, If ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. There was a certain nobleman whose son was sick at Capernaum. When he heard that Jesus was come out of Judea into Galilee, he went unto him and besought him that he would come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. Jesus saith unto him, Go thy way, thy son liveth. And the man believed the word that Jesus had spoken unto him, and he went his way. And as he was now going down, his servants met him and told him, saying, Thy son liveth. Then inquired he of them the hour when he began to amend. And they said unto him, Yesterday at the 7th hour the fever left him. So the father knew that it was at the same hour in the which Jesus said unto him, Thy son liveth. And himself believed, and his whole house. Deuteronomy. Out of heaven he made thee to hear his voice. Philippians. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. And from Science and Health. Christ is the true idea voicing good, the divine message from God to men speaking to the human consciousness. Serpent. Subtlety. A lie, the opposite of truth, named error. Whence comes a talking, lying serpent to tempt the children of divine love? The serpent enters into the metaphor only as evil. We have nothing in the animal kingdom which represents the species described, a talking serpent, and should rejoice that evil, by whatever figure presented, contradicts itself, and has neither origin nor support in truth and good. Seeing this, we should have faith to fight all claims of evil, because we know that they are worthless and unreal. A blundering dispatch, mistakenly announcing the death of a friend, occasions the same grief that the friend's real death would bring. You think that your anguish is occasioned by your loss. Another dispatch, correcting the mistake, heals your grief, and you learn that your suffering was merely the result of your belief. Thus it is with all sorrow, sickness, and death. The reports of sickness may form a coalition with the reports of sin and say, I am malice, lust, appetite, envy, hate. The broadest facts array the most falsities against themselves, for they bring error from under cover. Because man-made systems insist that man becomes sick and useless, suffers and dies, all in consonance with the laws of God, are we to believe it? Are we to believe an authority which denies God's spiritual command relating to perfection? An authority which Jesus proved to be false? Society is a foolish juror, listening only to one side of the case. People with mental work before them have no time for gossip about false law or testimony. To reconstruct timid justice and place the fact above the falsehood is the work of time. Thought passes from God to man, but neither sensation nor report goes from material body to mind. The intercommunication is always from God to his idea, man. Disease has no intelligence to declare itself something and announce its name. Mortal mind alone sentences itself. Therefore, make your own terms with sickness and be just to yourself and others. Mentally contradict every complaint from the body and rise to the true consciousness of life as love, as all that is pure and bearing the fruits of spirit. You command the situation if you understand that mortal existence is a state of self-deception and not the truth of being. Mortal mind is constantly producing on mortal body the results of false opinions, and it will continue to do so until mortal error is deprived of its imaginary powers by truth, which sweeps away the gossamer web of mortal illusion. Truth is ever truthful and can tolerate no error in premise or conclusion. The denial of material selfhood aids the discernment of man's spiritual and eternal individuality and destroys the erroneous knowledge gained from matter or through what are termed the material senses. Maintain the facts of Christian science, that spirit is God and therefore cannot be sick, that what is termed matter cannot be sick, that all causation is mind acting through spiritual law. Then hold your ground with the unshaken understanding of truth and love, and you will win. When you silence the witness against your plea, you destroy the evidence, for the disease disappears. Truth, life, and love are a law of annihilation to everything unlike themselves, because they declare nothing except God. Spirit will ultimately claim its own, all that really is, and the voices of physical sense will be forever hushed. The testimony of the corporeal senses cannot inform us what is real and what is delusive, but the revelations of Christian science unlock the treasures of truth. Undisturbed amid the jarring testimony of the material senses, science, still enthroned, is unfolding to mortals the immutable, harmonious, divine principle, is unfolding life and the universe, ever present and eternal. Now let's have a few moments of silent prayer and then pray together the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Now let's sing hymn number 296. Ye messengers of Christ, his sovereign voice obey. Arise and follow where he leads, and peace attend your way. Hymn number 296. Sorry about the hymnal mix-up. Welcome to this testimony meeting. We're glad you're here, whether in person or on Zoom. This church is one of the worldwide branches of the Mother Church, the First Church of Christ Scientist in Boston, Massachusetts. On Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock, we have a church service based on the weekly Bible lesson presented in the Christian Science Quarterly. Children and teens are welcome in our Sunday school at the same time as the service. And our children's room is always available. In our reading room in this building, you'll find the Bible, the writings of Mary Baker Eddy, Christian Science magazines, and the Christian Science Monitor, an international daily newspaper. The reading room is open 1/2 hour before Wednesday meetings and a half hour after the Sunday service. I'll now read the church manual bylaw regarding testimonials. Glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. St. Paul. Testimony in regard to the healing of the sick is highly important. More than a mere rehearsal of blessings, it scales the pinnacle of praise and illustrates the demonstration of Christ, who healeth all thy diseases. Psalm 103, verse 3. This testimony, however, shall not include a description of symptoms or of suffering, though the generic name of the disease may be indicated. This bylaw applies to testimonials which appear in the periodicals and to those which are given at the Wednesday evening meeting. This meeting is now open for your sharing of experiences, testimonies, and remarks on Christian Science. We hope to hear from those of you on Zoom, as well as those here in the church. As this is a testimony meeting, you're now invited to glorify God with sharing how Christian Science has been blessing you. Let's close with singing hymn number 370. We are hid with Christ forever in the Father's holy plan. In this pure eternal union, we behold the perfect man. And we know that sin can never overthrow the sacred rod of dominion over evil. We are hid with Christ in God. Hymn number 370.